In a quiet village surrounded by golden fields and palm trees, lived a man named Mr. Adeyemi, a proud father of 2 children, Tunde and Bisi. Tunde, the firstborn, was calm, humble, and hardworking, but not the brightest in school. Bisi, the younger one, was the shining star, brilliant, sharp-tongued, and quick with her books. She topped every exam, every competition. Teachers loved her, neighbors praised her. But slowly, that love turned into something dangerous, favoritism. Each time the father returned from work, he would call out, "Where is my brilliant daughter, my golden child?" Bisi would run out, smiling, holding her report card. "See, Daddy, I came first again." The father would lift her high, laugh, and gift her chocolates or new clothes. But Tunde, he would stand quietly in a corner, holding his own report card with an average score. Sometimes he would try to show it too, saying softly, "Daddy, I improved this time." But the father would only wave his hand. "Tunde, try harder. Be like your sister." And each time those words were said, a small piece of Tunde's heart broke. Their mother, Mama Adeyemi, always warned, "My husband, love your children equally. Life is not measured by grades." But the father would laugh, "Madam, leave that talk. I know what I'm doing. The girl will make us proud one day." And indeed she did. Years later, Bisi graduated as the best student in her university, while Tunde quietly finished his degree with an average result. When Bisi came home with her first-class certificate, the father threw a big celebration. There was music, food, even the local chief attended. But Tunde, he was barely noticed. He sat at the edge of the crowd, clapping for his sister with a forced smile. That night, he packed his bag quietly and left for the city. No one noticed. In the city, life was hard. Tunde struggled. No support, no guidance. He worked as a cleaner in a small school, slept in the classroom at night, and read borrowed books. He failed many times, but he never gave up. He said to himself, "I may not be my father's favorite, but I will be my destiny's favorite." Years passed. He studied, researched, and taught tirelessly. Slowly, his name began to spread in academic circles. He became a lecturer, then a senior lecturer, and finally, Professor Tunde Adeyemi, one of the youngest professors in his country. Meanwhile, Bisi, now working in politics, was smart, confident, and successful. She became a well-known figure and later won an election, the youngest female president in her country's history. The father was overjoyed. He called friends and shouted, "Didn't I tell you, my daughter is the light of this family?" But fate has its own lessons. Years later, Bisi faced a major scandal, corruption allegations she never expected. Her name that once shone bright became stained in the news. She lost everything, her position, her peace, and her pride. One day, the father fell sick. No one could reach Bisi. She was overseas, hiding from the media storm. But Tunde, the one forgotten about, the one that was told he was never enough, came home. He walked into the small house he once left behind and cared for his father, cleaned him, fed him, read him stories. The father, weak and filled with regret, looked at his son and whispered, "Tunde, forgive me. I was blind." Tunde smiled gently. "You are my father. I forgave you a long time ago." Tears rolled down the old man's face. "I thought success was measured by who came first. I didn't know destiny doesn't take attendance." Months later, Bisi came home too, broken, humble, and seeking peace. She met her brother and wept in his arms. The family was whole again, but the lesson had been written in the sands of time. The father learned that love should never be measured by performance. Every child carries a destiny, different yet divine. Because in life, the one you ignore today might be the hand that feeds you tomorrow. And so, dear parents, love your children equally. Encourage their strengths, understand their weaknesses. Because brilliance without character is nothing. And failure today doesn't mean failure forever.
Magnificent folk tales, where spirits whisper and legends awaken.